Hi, welcome to TAG, Simplifying Business Management. If I have a look into the 7 different business segments as I see it, we'd have team. Now that might either be yourself or you got a team of different people around you. Now if I look at myself at the moment of discussion as I work towards building the TAG brand and my methodology there was coming from that $35 million company, we understand that there's a whole series of different departments. So growing from a small business into a large business, we still have the same core objectives or the same core needs. So logically speaking, we have our team again. That might be yourself. We then have to get ourselves out there and start to market ourselves, whereby somebody will actually convert, and that becomes our first sale. We'll be looking at different finance sectors. We'll be producing something, or we'll be providing a service. And then as we continue to grow our business, we'll be looking for additional resources. So what I'm saying is as we go around and around in the clockwise direction, we're going to continue. And as our business grows, our resources need to expand. And effectively, we start to move into the growth stage of the business. So now that we've got more and more resources, we're actually having a lot more verbal communication. Pressure might be coming in, and unfortunately, perception of some can be different to what you were actually intended to convey. So we try and get to a bit more clarity, but in between there, we're actually causing somewhat of either confusion or mistakes, and all of these things are adding up to become pressure and frustration and a cost to the business. So we need to be able to communicate clearly. We need to be able to continue to refine. And to do that, we've got some, within the TAG network, we've got quite an extensive range of different systems, different structure, to suit a standard structure, I'll call it, that we can scale across the planet. And we're talking about information flow. Now really when we look at the word information for a moment, it's very broad, and really for myself it hugely comes down to visual communication more than anything else. Now you're still getting information fed back to you even if you're, let's say, driving down the road and you see a red light, that visually it's telling you to stop. So that's where I see the visual communication come in. And with technology that we have today, it's allowing us to transfer information at lightning speed. It's virtually instantaneous. So as we start to look into the TAG system, we have our central data store, and then we go out into the different branches or departments, as we've spoken earlier, and we go back through the cycle, and we go, you might start off with yourself in the team. I actually look at that as mindset for number one first, because you've actually chosen to go into a business of your own. You'll move into number two, which will be your marketing, and so on as around you go. So again, coming back in, these are now departments. We're going to, as we expand the business, we're going to want to open up the resources and have more and more people involved. But to do that, I wanted this time, instead of growing my business first, I wanted to put the systems in place so that they could grow with me. They needed to be flexible and they needed to be strong so that they could continue to grow. Upon the creation of the systems, we started putting the different structure in, the organisational chart for one, the people in places, job descriptions and things like that, so that we could scale up, knowing that we could delegate out the skill sets that were required. We had everything in place pretty much that would be able to start to scale up in a lot faster, a lot less stressful environment. And that was what that was all about there. So what we've done is we've put the system globally, and that was purely so that we could scale out the knowledge. I know that as a business is a business is a business, your business is the same as mine in its core, and that's why I wanted to be able to create the environment and then be able to scale it out. I was originally heading towards a franchise business model with the TAG, and this system again could accommodate that growth. We would have our head office, we'd then have satellite divisions or branches, whatever you might call those. And with TAG, we were performing mobile field services, and we'd have sales reps and things like that out on the road as well. So we wanted to be able to direct feed the data back into the head office again and know in real time where we were at. So we believe that we've chosen the right system. It has a global community of support there, so we don't rely on any one particular personal supplier. And we have the right structure in place now to be able to bring in together all the training methodologies for the unique departments and help empower your new team members as quickly as possible as well. So we see now that this is taking us to our software creation back into this scale position whereby you can start to expand out your business as well. We effectively go copy paste. Okay, so we need to take on board the setup, what we would call in lean, setup time reduction, and that's for rapid deployment back into your business. So what it is, it's a centralized data system. Okay, if we look at the tag symbol in the middle there, it's a central store for all the data. Then we have an operational, because now let's call it that we're working from our desktop for the moment of this discussion, while it is all mobile based and on tablets and everything else as web pages, I'll call it. We still have that standard structure in place as the business units. Now, again, those business units can be scaled out into whatever quantity of people that we might hold in those departments. And because we've actually got global coverage, we've also been able to tap into global resources in those departments. Now, that's giving us a huge amount of scalable. The other thing is we're looking at scaling the knowledge. Okay, we're trying to leverage off the knowledge. We're trying to put the foundations in place before I create a mountain of headaches for myself, and then scale it up further and further and further, and upwards and onwards, outwards and sideways, so we can actually support as many people as possible. Now, we're able to do that because the system is flexible, it is completely customizable, and it's given us the freedom to offer it to you and have your unique version as well. We understand that the core is consistent, but you'd like your own brand, your own recognition, your own ability to customize, because that's where our unique individuality as a person is reflected in our business as well. So you've got complete control and ownership over this. Now we would like to be part of your team there, and bring our global network together and offer you our global system where you'll still get the connection of the support with all the training and methodology. It's helping you to set up rapidly, which is reducing a massive amount of your costs. We actually look at a saving of up to 90% at times. And we've got, as we've clearly been able to demonstrate, we can have a rapid deployment where people can be up and running within an effective 48 hours plus. Now, that sounds pretty unrealistic, but the reality is it's completely doable. Now, again, you've got complete ownership, and we're here to try and create working business relationships where we all get to empower each other, support each other's businesses grow, because I think that's what this is all about. Okay, so yeah, so again, it's just about seamless communication, live information, and simply being time and cost effective. Alright, well, thanks for that. Take care and all the best. Bye for now.